Hello Gemini, this is your mid-month reading. People aren't liking the messages. What I'm doing is, at the beginning of the month I'm doing a general read, and in the middle of the month I'm going to do a shadow read, because as we're all trying to grow and develop and learn more, we actually can't just learn the happy parts. We have to go back and face the stuff that's holding us back from the happy parts. And by doing that, we face that stuff and we learn that the happy parts come from within us. So that's the plan, Stan. We look at the bits we need to look at. We grow from that. And then we move on. So, here we go. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the 7 of coins. Patience, growing things, tending to them. Interesting. Now, I'll lay these out and then we'll run through them. 9 of coins. King of wands. Page of swords. 4 of wands. Death. 4 of coins. 9 of swords. 9 of wands. Judgment. Queen of cups. And the wheel of fortune. Nice ending. Now, I've got a couple of repeats. And the 999. Another ending. No 9 of cups. Okay, so at the please forgive me. At the foundation, we've got the 4 of wands, home, stability, literal foundation, and it's the joy from that. The situation is the 9 of coins, which is the independence card. So there might be a bit of to and fro, needing independence, even though you've got this foundation behind you. You're in the King of Wands energy, which combined with your air energy is very fiery. It's like heightened. And it's action orientated and driven and inspired and itchy, twitchy, want to get going, want to keep moving. I've got all these ideas, I've got all this freedom to do what I want to do, so let's get going. The block is the Page of Swords, which is messages, can be text, email, written. Either way, it's a young message, it's a new message. It might be a slight intuition. Like, it could be the first time you've kind of heard the voice that you've let come through. And the block is to allow that to speak louder. Pay attention to the small messages. pay attention to the niggles or the hints or the things that make you look twice. Anything like that, pay attention to those. Recently, there's been a big transformation for you, an ending of one thing and the beginning of something else. And you've been successful in this. But you could be hanging on to a bit of old stuff with the Four of Pentacles. You might not be prepared to let go of everything. You might be in that. I want something new. I want my freedom, but I'm not prepared to let go of my stability. I'm not prepared to let go of my old beliefs, my old ideas, my old rules. But I want my cake and I want to eat it too. This is going to give you some sleepless nights and some possible disturbed dreams, because you know what you want, but you also know what you had and what you don't want to give up. But you know you have to give that up in some respect in order to have the new thing. So it's going to give you a bit of restlessness. You're not seeing that what you've had has really wounded you as much as you think, and that you're staying in that guarded place. You're still carrying the guard around you because you're still wounded. Now, what the option is for you is to really have a good look at your life. This is the Judgment card. So this is the stop and choose. This is the big choice. This is one of those tower moments where you get to really choose what you do, only bigger. And this is, do you want the same, or do you want to change your life, and in a big way? Is it time? Have you reached the point where you are prepared to change in a big way and do it what you have to do in order to achieve that? That's that didn't work. That's the choice you have to make this month, and what you really need to look at. That's the shadow side of what needs to be faced. And in order to do that, you need to put some of those wounds down that you've been carrying, and some of the barriers. The advice is for you to do it with compassion. The Queen of Cups is nurturing, generous, caring, empathetic, and very compassionate. Now, you could be quite critical of yourself in either how you've been or how slow it is to be able to change, how hard it is to be able to change, or even if you should have to change. So the advice here is do it slowly. Do it as if you are the person who loved you most, looking at you, helping you through this, because ultimately you should be that person. Do it with that view. How would you look at somebody you loved and help them through this? The outcome, if you do that, is the Wheel of Fortune. You will turn the wheel on the old beliefs and old ways of doing things, and as a result, your fortune will change. You know how they say, if you change the way you look at things, what you look at will change? And you will have a hard time doing this. You will have a hard time, this is what it is, the verbalizing what you've been holding for so long. It's become a skeleton in your closet. And if you can't say it, write it. If you can't speak it, then write it down. And it's the same way of getting it out. But sometimes it's really hard to, if you've been carrying these blocks around you for a long period of time, they can't be dismantled overnight. And sometimes you don't know who to let in and who not to let in, so it's easier just to keep them up the whole time. Not anymore. Now you've got to pull them down brick by brick, or page by page. But you can do it, and it will make a big difference. It will change the way you're looking at things. And gradually, you'll be able to speak more clearly and say what you need to say. Advice for Gemini, please. But before you can say it, you have to work out what it is. Independence. I'm going to read this one. I have a feeling that this independence, this need for independence is part of the boundary. It's part of the wall you've kept up. Because as long as you're independent, you're free of getting hurt. You're free of anybody really seeing who you are. But you're also missing out on a lot. There's a great satisfaction in doing things yourself. So now is the time to take command of all of those small details in your life. Keep track of them too, as good organisation is a cornerstone of empowerment. When you're so used to doing things by your own rules, you can't just half-ass this stuff. You have to learn how to integrate your independence with what you need to learn. And it takes time. Look at the way he's trying to befriend that little cat. It's slow, it's steady, and it's compassionate, and it's patient. So you're both. You are both in this situation. You're the big cat and the little cat. This is you, independent and strong, capable. And this is the inside you. Timid, unsure, and previously avoiding that altogether. But this has to be compassionate with that, as that gets bigger and stronger. Okay? Both sides. Twins. But you need to be equal twins. All right, my loves, I hope this helps. And I will talk to you soon. Much love.